All right, and we're live. Don't sneak peek on me. All right, it is October 3rd. It is my dad's birthday, by the way. So happy birthday to him out in France right now, traveling the world. So tonight we're gonna go over the daily business tracker. Now there's one of these in the back office that you can find, but the one we're gonna go over tonight actually hasn't even officially come out yet. Beachbody Corporate's still kind of tweaking it along with some of the top coaches. So we kind of got our hands on it, and I am loving it. So I have been using it for about a week and a half. So we're going to go over that tonight. And as you guys saw on the team page this week, looks like the majority ruled on this one. So this is our mug club for the month. Sorry, Erica, that yours didn't get picked. I'm not even sure what. It's like an octopus or something. I like what it says. I like how it looks. I don't quite get it, but it's fun. So for a Success Club, to get in the mug club, basically you got to make Success Club. So that's helping 3 people in 1 month. And for every person that you help in a month, you get a raffle ticket in a prize drawing at the end of the month to win this mug. Now, everybody who makes Success Club gets part of the Mug Club membership. There'll be tons of recognition on the page, but one lucky winner will win this. So we will see who gets it. I know, Erica, you've helped one person this week already, and some of you guys are close. So, all right, I just wanted to go over announcements kind of that have been popping up in the back office. Obviously, Super Saturday is coming right up, October 20th. Now, these go on all across the country in different locations. If you're in Maine, we have one going on in South Portland. We have Danielle Mentoni. She's top coach. She's been in like most of the infomercials with Shaun T. Get registered for that. If you're out in Florida, Tammy, you guys, there's got to be one close to you, or I know that you've created some on your own in the past. So maybe you guys could do that again. So either way, mark that on your calendars right now on your phone. Get there. Also, just another fun promotion that they announced the other day. If you get into Success Club, you get a hat. If you help 5 people in a month, you get that water bottle, and so on to win that sweatshirt. If you help, I think it's 10 people you help in a month. So just kind of different fun little prizes that they've kind of thrown in there for us to reach. And then also Summit next year, 2019. Lots of you guys on this call attended your first one last year. If you're a diamond or below, they just announced the other day that you can actually earn $200 spending cash there. So definitely make Success Club the next 3 months and you earn that cash. So something to shoot for. And now we're just going to get right into this tracker. Is that fuzzy for you guys? Yeah, kind of. Okay, hold on. I have a plan B. Is this better? Can you still, wait, hold on. Maybe you cannot see that right now. Does it look different than it did before?
All we see is just your PowerPoint.
Oh, didn't switch over. Hold on. Share new. Now can you see it?
Yep.
Is this better? Kind of. Okay. If you're on a phone, you might have to squint and you might have to go back and rewatch this part of the video if you're on a phone, but still we can talk our way through it. So what I have done is I've printed this off, and I printed off like for the month. So I have 4 sheets and I stapled them together, and this is what I work off of every single day. So you can see, you put your name there, you put the week of. You're going to notice that it starts on Thursday. And the reason for that is because Beachbody week ends, today's Wednesday, tonight at midnight. So a full Beachbody week is Thursday to the following Wednesday night at midnight. So that's why it's kind of laid out that way at first. At the very top, It lists the 4 vital behaviors as a coach that we do every single day. So be proof of the product. Number 2 is connect, invite, and follow up. Number 3 is invest in our personal development. So whether that be a book or a podcast. Number 4 is get people results with what we're doing. So number 1, you can see goes across Monday, Friday, Saturday. Basically, you can check those off. So let's look at Thursday. Check off, you did your workout. Sarah's complaining about being sore. She did her workout. Everybody drinks their Shakeology every day because that's like the easiest thing you could ever do. Ellen is actually drinking Daily Sunshine, and she's going to be getting it in the mail soon, but she can check off that box for that. Number 2 is connect, invite, follow up. So number 1 here is activities that you make connections and followers. So 25 minutes. So that can mean a few different things. So for me on Facebook, that means adding at least 5 new friends a day. When I first started being a coach, it was more going under the suggested friends and friending people there, as long as we had 5 or 10 mutual friends. And I went to their page and they seemed cool and that I would have a connection with them, then I friended them. Nowadays on Facebook, I have developed more of my brand. So for me, I like craft beer. I'm really going to those breweries, seeing who liked those posts, and then friending the women who I see a connection with. So that's how like the development has kind of changed. But there's lots of ways to add friends on Facebook. On Instagram, that's more about setting up right hashtags for content that you're putting out, and then following other people that you seem like you would have a connection with. So that's that. Once you do that, check off the box. Do a social media post with a call to action. So for me, that is, that could be my workout post with a small kind of call to action at the end, like, have you ever thought about doing this with me? Or maybe it's a call to action with a certain invite to a challenge group that's starting on a certain date. I know Tammy has been doing, a lot of you guys have been doing like the last 90 days challenge. So you guys have been kind of promoting that with Rachel Hollis, and like we've been kind of like combining that into our own thing. So that is a call to action. Also with Facebook, we talked about branding last week, but we want to try to get at least 2 posts up per day. So I don't check off that box until I know I've done both of those things. So something about my brand or a call to action. So that could be 2 different things. The next green area is all about Instagram stories. Who's doing Instagram stories? And if you're not, you will be soon. So these are fun, right? Like these are like the simplest and like brainless things to do throughout the day, because it's just like living your life. I mean, your daily life, 3 minutes. Workout clips, you do your workout, so why not take a couple video shots of like as you're doing it or after, before and after. Using products without sharing the brand name. That's important, because we're posting something that's like our Shakeology cup, or I tend to try to turn around things like that so people can't actually see what I'm drinking, to bring that curiosity. Same with the videos. I don't necessarily show, I have in the past, but I don't necessarily show what I'm watching on the TV screen, to kind of bring that curiosity around what I'm doing. Healthy meals, meal prep, like what you're eating for breakfast, what you're eating for a snack, what are you having on the go, how do you make this, whatever. And then also an invitation to promote a challenge group. So I typically do this after I'm doing my workout, to show that I'm doing my workout, and then I'm sometimes showing pictures of like our challenge group and other people doing their workout, and then having like a poll. Do you want to join us? Do you want more details? Some sort of like call to action there. And then shout outs, recognize people. teammates, challengers, whoever. So that's Instagram stories. And then the next one here is respond to all likes, comments, or views. For me, I'm looking at the previous day's 2 posts that I've posted on social media, looking at that list of people, and then reaching out to them. So sometimes that may be more just relationship building. Maybe that's saying, hey, would you like the recipe for this, for this dinner that I had? Or maybe it is a direct invite to a challenge group because they liked a certain post that was related to that. So that really depends. The next part is invite 5 people to a challenge group or the coaching opportunity. So that can be done through Instagram, that can be done through Facebook, and there's lots of different examples of ways to do that we have in our page. So we won't get into too much detail there. Follow-ups with people, 15 minutes. So for 3 years, I used paper and pencil on a paper calendar. Now I use something like Teamsy, which makes it a whole lot easier to manage because it's all about following up. I never give up on people. There's still people I've been talking to for 2, 3, 4 years, 2 years that are just now signing up. So I never give up on people. They never come off of my radar. So sometimes if we're really going back and forth, that follow-up could mean the next day. Sometimes it could mean after the weekend. Sometimes that could mean a month from now or 3 months from now. It all depends. So 15 minutes of just doing that. Invest in personal development. So I know a lot of us on this call are Rachel Hollis fans. So that right there, 15 minutes. It's actually hard to just listen to 15 minutes. So when I first started being a coach, I used to listen on my way into work. I had a 30-minute commute. So the first thing that I did, because listening to audio in the car, I can't take notes or anything. So as soon as I drove into the parking lot at work, before I stepped out of my vehicle, I took 60 seconds and took my notepad out on my phone and just wrote one takeaway from whatever I just listened to from the past 30 minutes. Because what I was finding is when I was walking into the doors at work, all of that just went gone. Sucked the energy out of me. So anything I learned was gone. So that's kind of a waste if you're listening and not actually taking it in or applying it. So that would be my tip there. There's podcasts, there's audibles, whatever you need help with, talk with your coach and they can probably recommend a good book for you to start with. Get people results. So we have challenge groups. Some of us run them together. Some of us have team up, checking in with our group, actually participating in the group, doing our workout, cheering people on, checking in with them, not only in the group, but privately too. And then recognizing people in the challenge group, recognizing people on the team, just any little milestones, non-scale victories, somebody who's constantly showing up, somebody who went emerald, somebody who went diamond, all these achievements just get recognized all the time. So this kind of is it. So I've been using the bottom piece as I know it says goals this month, but I've kind of been treating that as goals for the week because it's smaller bite-sized pieces. Maybe that's helping. For me, that's helping 2 people in a week. For newer coaches, maybe that's helping 1. So these are achievable goals, and it helps to look at this. So can you guys see mine? I'm going to stop sharing my screen. for a second. So this is mine, all these check marks, right? But like, I can look at it and say, wow, I was away Friday and Saturday. It was really hard for me to get a lot of this stuff done. But I know that this weekend I'm around more, and my goal is to be a little bit better about that and to do more. See these non-check marks? To do more this weekend. So, is there any questions about that until you like dive into it and do it? You might have questions, but
I love it. I'm actually going to start using it because I think it does have everything on there, but not too much that it's overwhelming. I think it's
Right.
going to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, you realize that you can check a lot of things off, like right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that you can plug away at. Like you can either take an hour and bust this out, or you can do it in pockets of time throughout the day. Like maybe it's on your lunch hour, or maybe it, some of these 3 things could be checked off before you even walk in the door at work. So
I have to say, I've been using one of the other trackers from our 2-star training group, and it's that the hustle and grind tracker is way more overwhelming for me. I think I look at it and there's just so much to check off. And I think I'm switching tomorrow. I'm starting with this tracker because I think it simplifies the process. Just even by looking at it, I don't feel as overwhelmed. And so it's easier for me to mentally just dig in and, okay, I can check this off. I can check that off and that's done versus having 30 boxes for follow-ups. Even when I have 30 or 40 follow-ups I need to catch up on. But
yeah, I've been like putting the number next to it and like circling it because it's a little bit more than 5. But in the beginning, yeah, you're only gonna have 5. And I thought the same thing about the other tracker, Erica. I took a quick peek at it. I'm like, no, I think this one I gotta go with. So
yeah, I wasn't thinking when I just grabbed it. I'm like, oh, all the boxes I can check off.
yeah,
That's what I was thinking. And I quickly got overwhelmed with it.
yeah. I mean, 6 of the check marks is Instagram stories, which you just do throughout the day anyways. Or it becomes like a natural thing that you do once you start doing it. What did Courtney just say? I knew you'd be in love with this one. So any questions about it? Any other comments, questions, concerns? We got 5 more minutes if you guys want to just fill it in with whatever.
I was actually going to, and this was just something I was going to talk with Tammy about for our challenge group. I think, because Tammy, your question the last couple of days has been, how do we keep people going on Shakeology? And I think, I've been thinking about that a lot lately because I've had a couple of coaches drop their Shakeology in the last 2 days, just like you have, Tammy. Just drop it and drop their coaching. And I'm reflecting on, what? I don't think I have built at all within our challenge group. I have not built the value of Shakeology in there at all. It's just something they drink. And so I think I'm going to start in my challenge group. One of the things that I'm going to start doing, one of the things that I've started to try to do more the last month is to bring education into the challenge group. Not every day because it gets preachy, but education on different topics. Well, this month I want to focus on the ingredients in Shakeology. So I'm going to focus on the superfoods this week. And I'm going to tell them necessarily about why we're talking about superfoods this week until closer to the end of the week or even the weekend, and say, okay, these are the superfoods that are in your Shakeology. This is one of the reasons why you drink Shakeology and you drink it every day. And then next week I want to focus on like adaptogens and the adaptogen mushrooms and what they are and why they do what they do. I think building that value hopefully will help us way
Mhm.
more in teaching them why they should keep drinking it.
Yeah. No, I
And
love
I don't know if anybody else has any thoughts or things that they've done. I know that
that.
Mariah shared something with us.
The
And
loyalty
Project
card.
Fearless. What? I'm sorry, Meg.
The loyalty card.
Yeah. And I want to start doing that too, but I'm going to focus on the teaching first this month, and then I'm going to pull out that loyalty card and tweak it a little bit, make it like a crosswalk or a boardwalk. And then I'll share that with this group maybe and see if everybody wants to use that in their groups
Mm-hmm.
with their people.
I mean, we probably all have our own testimonial type thing
Mhm.
that we could write up about why we like it. And that's something like if we come up with like we all come up with something, that's something that can be put somewhere and like you can grab from it anytime and share it in your challenge group. Like same with like all the stuff that you're gonna come up with. Like that's awesome. Like I want to see it after you're done. Like
Yeah.
save it somewhere and let's all like use it,
I will.
share it, add to it. Sarah? Oh wait, hold
You're
on.
muted, Sarah.
Hold on. I got you.
Nope.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So one thing we do in our challenge group is I've named Thursday as like Thirsty Thursday, obviously from back in our college days. And so every Thursday, I post a new Shakeology recipe in our challenge group.
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning, like I put like why I drink the Shakeology, like my reason. And then we have a new recipe every month, and I kind of do it per like season. So that's how we build it to keep it interesting, not boring.
Mm-hmm.
Ellen, you had a really good question about how you would talk about the quality of Shakeology if it's not something that you drink. And by Meg saying for all of us to put our stuff out there, you can use that, like take quotes from us as we throw those up, or from quotes from the group that you're in, take them and throw them up on your page. Because it doesn't have to be something that you drink. Because like for me, when I tried to promote what you're drinking, I didn't have my children try it at first. Like Erica was the one that brought it over, and then I had my kids try it. So for me, it was promoting it without even having it as well, but it's taking it from someone else's experience too. So you can totally do that. You can steal from us.
Mm-hmm. Especially when your mom starts drinking it.
It's huge. I can seriously tell you guys, I have drank it for the last year and a half every single day, except for maybe like 2 or 3. And I, knock on wood somewhere, I've not been sick at all. At all. This is the healthiest I have felt in my life.
She works with 6 sick kids.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, my own thing, I've had hypothyroidism since I was 18, and I've never felt like I had energy all through my 20s. And then I started drinking this 5 years ago, and all of a sudden, a month later, I do. Sorry, it's not a coincidence that happens. And we do need to be sharing more about that, because I don't know how many times in the past, since I've been a coach, people always come back. They will cancel, but they always come back. I've had people come back 2 or 3 times because they go to try something else and then they realize, oh, it's not as good, and they come back. But if we can get them to stay on, better for them.
Right.
Better for us.
But I think it all comes down to building that value in.
Yeah.
It really does. And it's not that we want to sell something to somebody. It truly is, this is an amazing thing that we have, that we've experienced,
Mm-hmm.
and we know that it's the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And all we want to do is help people
Mm-hmm.
by having them feel like we do.
Yep. There's a whole Shakeology podcast. Have you guys listened to any of those episodes?
It's been a long time.
I mean, I haven't listened to it recently, but I don't even know if they're still updating it. But the ones that were there were short, like 6 minutes long, and really good information that we could take like one little takeaway and expand upon it in the group.
The utterly hugest collector of knowledge over here is going to start taking that one takeaway, putting it somewhere where I'm going to have it.
Find it in the notes. Papers.
Take it from me. Don't be a collector of knowledge and not use any of it.
Oh, the same way. Someday I'll need it. To never know, I can find it.
Unless your computer crashes.
Yeah, which it does all the time. I'm so thankful. That's what I'm grateful for tonight, is that my computer didn't crash.
Yeah.
Any more questions, thoughts, concerns? We're right at 9:30. We are keeping on pace with these team calls. All right, good night, guys.
Night, everybody.
Good night.